What's going on, guys? So you probably saw in a couple videos already, we're trying to move everything out of this awesome storage facility into or onto our property. One of the last trailers I have to move is this one before the fifth wheel. Already have turned in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spots, and those 6 spots alone cost me over $1,000. So the only 2 spots I have remaining are where the fifth wheel are. And we just cleared out of our storage unit right here. A lot of you probably didn't know that we had a 20-foot long storage unit here as well for supplies. You know, a lot of people think when you're provided stuff for review and evaluation, you just absolutely welcome it. But the reality is a lot of the stuff I accept is only a fraction of the stuff that I don't accept. So there's a lot of products that are offered to me that I just absolutely don't have a need for. And you know, 99.99% of stuff that is provided, or sorry, that is offered for promotion on my channel, I turn down just because I don't think any of you guys would care about it and it doesn't apply to my channel. But there are so many things that I just don't have a need for once I am done reviewing it. And I review it because I think it's stuff that's pertinent to things that you might want for RVing and for RV life. So I'll do a review video on it, and then if I don't need it, and if it's something that I don't really feel is more or beyond a one-time use, and went in here as well as another shed that we have. So we are in the process of getting everything completely cleared out. We already have the trailer full front to back, and it's going to the property. We have that completely cleared out. You know, people ask what I often do with some of the stuff. Well, if it's resellable, then I'll try to sell it, and I'll usually donate the money. Typically to a veterans association or some type of veterans organization, nonprofit. Sometimes if I have a close friend who needs something really bad or has a broken part, I'll let them scavenge around and find what they need. But yeah, I end up accumulating a lot of stuff, and I'm not one of those people that enjoys accumulating stuff. I like to get rid of stuff, and I don't like to hold on to it. But that's kind of the downside of doing reviews sometimes. You accumulate stuff that you have nothing to do with once you're done, and you end up trying to sell it, give it away, or donate it, and that's usually what I do. So this was about half full. My trailer was already about half full, and you know, we're kind of at that point now to where I need to figure out what I'm going to do with some of the things that are in here. But we are cleared out, we are taking off, and yeah, we only have one more trailer, and that's the big fifth wheel here. And once we get the property prepped to accept it, we'll be ready to go. But Unit 27, it's been fun. And now we have all of our trailers out here. So I have the dump trailer, the tilt deck trailer, my new compact cargo trailer, and now the BTBRV cargo trailer. So really happy. This is really cool because it kind of acts as a bit of a dumpster for us as well. So as we clear things out, we just walk it over to this area. I opened up this small section of fence right here, so you just walk right through and you can just dump whatever trash we need to in there. I have to separate the trash from the wood, of course, because that goes to a different area in the landfill versus this stuff, which all goes to the normal trash general area, whereas this stuff has to go to the area wherever they're gonna mulch all this stuff up and recycle it. But yeah, I got a whole pile of mesquite over here. Got more mesquite. I have an abundance of mesquite, so I'm drying it out where I can, but certainly have more than I need. And I have a lot of extra fencing material too, so we'll be able to do some really creative things with that as well. Okay, so I have done a reasonable job cleaning out the inside of the cargo trailer after we cleared out the cargo or the storage shed that we had everything in. These 2 generators, you may recall, these are the etrailer 3200 Furman licensed generators. And I got my other one over here, but these 2 are the ones that you can link in parallel and run 50 amps. I have not used these in a while. I love that one, I use it all the time, but I haven't used these. They need a little bit of a cleaning, but I'm gonna donate these today to a veterans group that is gonna repurpose them, get them up and running, and use them for whatever they need to use them for. So that is gonna be the goal today. Stepping inside, I'm going to give them a bunch of LED recessed lighting. I'm also going to give them this mirror. I have some stuff under here, and they have this little auction thing where they try to sell stuff off and make money for their organization. I'm also going to give them these glow steps right here, the RV handle. Can't think of anything else in here that I'm going to try to donate. I have a couple speakers there, a camera right there. But yeah, anything I can do to support, you know, organizations that help others, I'm game for. Okay, so we are walking over to our new power connection. They just wrapped up, took off, paid them, so very trustworthy folks, so I don't think I have any issues to worry about. It's really good work too. We're gonna go take a look at what he did here. I have a feeling I'm gonna like it. So there is our power meter over here, and it's powering a well pump right here. And we ran another circuit to a new meter right over here. Funny story about these gopher holes. I have a neighbor who has decided to become a good friend of ours that is kind of like a gopher assassin, and he's been putting traps everywhere. So you can see where it was trenched underground. This is the setup. Check this out. That looks good. So I got power coming out here. I don't need it on at the moment. I have 110 or 120 50 amp circuit right here. Very, very nice and robust setup. Very happy. This is super cool. So I had it angled, and it's going to give me a really nice clean hookup whenever we have the fifth wheel parked right here, and I'll just be able to connect it right up. These boxes are incredibly hard to find. I was looking everywhere for RV pedestals that have power, and I found one that they said was in stock. It was going to be 3 days to get it to me. I ordered it, and it ended up being 4 months out. So I got an email from them saying that there's a 4-month lead time on them. And again, they're very, very difficult to find. I happened to find this one on Amazon. It's a GE. Again, has a GFCI breaker right here. Has a 20 amp and a 50 amp breaker right here. Plus the 50 amp connection. Nice cover. Lockable. And I can use this one just as well as any of the other ones that I've seen. I like how it mounts to this little setup he has here. Man, this turned out really, really nice. Well, this is the only one I could find that met the need that I was looking for. I actually purchased a separate 50 amp and a separate outdoor 110 just so I could hang it here if I couldn't find one of these, or if after ordering this it was delayed. That was actually Amazon Prime. It was like I don't know exactly. I think $175. So it was on the lower price point of what these were. It might actually have been a little less than that. I'll put a link if you're interested in something like this, maybe on the side of your home. But I found this. They weren't even in stock. It said coming soon, or more stock arriving soon. And I ended up just taking a risk. That's why I bought the other separate components just in case. And it arrived 3 days early. So I got this, it was supposed to be about 5 days, and I ended up getting it in about 3 days. So very, very cool, fully connected, very, very awesome. That power over there, that's 200 amp service we have going over there, has a 60 amp breaker feeding the well pump over here, and now I have a 60 amp breaker feeding this along with the 110 that's here as well. But the last and final project for this area is going to be to get the driveway paved or graveled or whatever we decide to do all the way through here so I can actually park the fifth wheel right here. And once we're done with that, you know, that's some big check marks that I can definitely apply to the list of things that we have to do out here. And I've done a lot in the meantime. So I've also cut down branches off of this tree. Quite a good sized pile of mesquite right here, as well as branches off of this tree. And I had to take down a pretty sizable branch. So this shot out this way like that. And I cut this one down because this was going to be a major obstacle whenever we were doing the turnaround right here. So now I have this beautiful mesquite tree right here, which acts as the center of the turnaround. So when you pull through here, you just pull around this way, come through here, turn around, back the fifth wheel up over here. That's where it will park. There will be a bit of a driveway that leads off, and then I'll be able to pull back in front, back up to it, and then take it right out here back to the main road. So such a cool setup, and everything is looking really good. But I wanted to give you an update. This is 2 of the 3 major projects that I've been trying to get completed. The first one being the fence way up front, the second one being power, and the third one now being the driveway, which is going to be the most expensive by far. So we're still waiting to hear back from the contractor who's likely to do this for us. We're getting quotes on everything, and hopefully we'll be able to get this done at a fairly reasonable price, because I certainly don't want to overpay for the driveway area here. So we've gone through all sorts of material ideas, from concrete to pavement to chip and seal to gravel to crushed concrete, and just about everything you can imagine. And the ground out here is sandy loam, which is really, really great for building on. But if you're going to do gravel, you really have to have like a geotextile fabric underneath it, because sand stuff kind of sinks into it, right? It compresses down really well, but little rocks and things like that can sink into it really easily. So we would certainly need some type of a geofabric to be able to stabilize the ground for anything we put on it. So we're looking at ideas, but this is how it looks so far. Coming along really, really good, and pretty soon we'll be able to have power to the RV. I'm not sure what I want to do in terms of covering it. I have the solar panels on top, so you know, there's some argument to let it sit out and just collect solar, but the other side of it is maybe we put a small cover or something right here as well that we can park it underneath whenever it's here. Give me your ideas. What do you think? We will eventually have a barn, but that process is going to be held up mainly because of some zoning requirements that we have to adhere to. So in the meantime, it's going to be parked out. So I might, again, build some type of a temporary structure that goes over it, but I'd love to know what you guys think. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment. Everything's coming along here real well, and subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it, and we will talk to you again very soon.